Namaste, everybody, and welcome to Yoga for Freedom 7-Day Challenge. So, just as an introduction, my name is Atira, and I've been running Art to Healing for about 15 years. And I'm very passionate about connecting and bridging yoga and social change and innovation and these two missions together, because yoga can be such a profound and powerful tool to help us change the world. So for those of you out there who are interested in either setting up your own social change programs, or if you just want to bridge that connection of yoga, trauma, and social justice together, the next 7 days will give you some tools that I use for myself in this mission for social justice, spirituality, compassion, and action into the world. Each day, our session is going to start with about 10 to 15 minutes of meditation, and then a 40-minute yoga practice with a 5-minute shavasana. And each day will be connected to a certain theme, which will help you anchor that vibration to be a conduit of compassion, of love, of light, of service into the world. So in this work of yoga and social change, we don't just want to kind of talk about it, or we don't just want to allow our ideas to kind of linger in the ether. We want to embody what we want to give forth into the world, and we want to allow it to spread and manifest through compassionate action. So the themes will hopefully be a support for you to bring your ideas and your goodwill and compassion from in here to out there. Today, our theme is about connecting to the planet and the earth. Our planet and the earth is our home. And in order to really be channels for this mission of social change, in whatever area you feel called to respond or to support and help create transformation and change, we need to embody that quality of groundedness, and also to find our center, the center inside of ourselves where, when we hear about devastating things that happen to the earth and the planet, which is happening right now as I speak, we know how to respond from a place of love and compassion instead of getting kind of pushed over, so to speak, or too overwhelmed that we react instead of responding. So our connection with the earth, and also with our sense of our center and grounding, is really important as a foundation to be an agent of social change. In addition, the planet really needs our love. It needs our love and it needs our support, because the earth is really out of homeostasis and balance at the moment, and we as human beings can be the solution to that. Sometimes the solution can be simple. It can be bringing and connecting our attitude and intention and action together. In this yoga practice today, we will be offering a prayer, an embodied prayer to the earth. So as you touch the earth in your yoga poses today, my invitation for you is to touch the earth with mindfulness and grace, like you're stroking the earth or embracing the earth or even caressing the earth, but sending your loving kindness and compassion to the earth, because she needs that too. So without further ado, let's start our meditation practice for this first session of our Yoga for Freedom 7-Day Challenge. I invite you to find a comfortable seat on your mat, and you'll see that I'm sitting up on a cushion. And it's important that maybe your knees can be lower than your hips so that your sacrum can move in and up. Your core and your center is stable, and your shoulders can be open, and your heart can be also open in receiving the fruits of your practice today. As you find your comfortable seat, I invite you to take your palms up towards the sky and to take your thumb and your index fingers together in this chin mudra, and to gently close your eyes and to allow yourself first to settle and to feel that connection that you have with the earth. The earth is a living, pulsing creature which sustains all of life. So notice your relationship and the parts of your body that are in contact with the ground. So it may be your sit bones that press into the ground and the earth beneath you. It might be your leg bones, your knees. And as you notice that connection, the invitation here is to settle and relax into that space of contact. Really kind of sinking into the earth and giving the earth your energy as much and equally as you receive the earth's support as well. As you welcome yourself to this practice today of yoga and this 7-day challenge, start to notice your breath in your body. Noticing the normal breath as it flows in and out. From here, start to deepen your breath. So notice if you can direct your breath by slowing it down and drawing the breath all the way down into the root of your body. So into the sit bones, into the tailbone, into your feet, and into that connection with the earth beneath you. Let's take a few deep breaths here. As you inhale, directing with your awareness the breath into the sit bones, the tailbone, into your legs. And as you exhale, softening your skin and softening your mind so that you can be open and receptive. As you breathe into this part of your body, start to notice or imagine a grounding cord, like roots of a tree grounding down from your navel center, extending through your tailbone and your sit bones to reach all the way deep into the molten core of the heart of the earth. The molten core of the earth is fiery, it's hot and pulsing. And here, imagine that you're connecting to this molten core in the heart of the earth, pulsing and beating like our own heart in our bodies. You stretch those roots down into the heart of the earth. Just notice if there is a prayer for the earth from you today. As you open your felt sense intelligence here, what do you feel and what do you sense the earth needs from us right now? And if you can articulate a prayer for the earth, and by that I mean the rocks, the water, the fire, the air, the two-leggeds, which are the trees. The one-legged, which are the trees, the plants, the forests, the four-legged animals that walk the earth, and two-legged humans. What would that prayer be? Articulate this prayer in your heart and in your belly. And as you find this prayer, invitation is also to connect to a quality, an energy that we can offer to the earth as a prayer, as her support. And this quality might be gratitude. It might be protection. It might be loving kindness. This quality might be as simple as a desire for the earth to know that we love her, that we are grateful for her bounty. Articulating this prayer and this attitude or this quality. The next inhale, fill up with the vibration of this quality. And as you exhale, send this quality down the central line, down the roots that you imagine, extending deep into the molten core of Mother Earth. Let's do this a few more times. So as you inhale, get full with the vibration of this quality. Love, gratitude, compassion, care. Exhale, send it deep down into the belly, extending it out through these imaginary roots into the core of the earth. In your own time, let's do this 3 more times. Inhale, getting full. Exhale, extending and grounding this energy, spreading it across the earth. And again. Feel yourself like a mountain resting upon the earth, breathing with the earth, feeling her heart and her breath pulsing in your body. And from here, let's take your hands together in front of your heart. This gesture of humility and gratitude. In this yoga practice today, the invitation is to create an embodied prayer with your movement, your breath, and your body. That you may be a channel and conduit for healing for our planet and all the sentient beings that live here. Smile sweetly into your heart, feeling the expansion of the center here. And to start our practice today, we are going to chant 3 Oms. And let's bring your prayer for the planet into the forefront as we sing these Oms, using your voice to send a prayer and the vibration of peace and compassion to the world through your sound. Exhaling fully, inhaling deeply. And sweetly bowing your mind down towards your heart and to your intention and your prayer for the earth today. And with the next exhale, take your hands down to the earth, making that connection. So the invitation here today is that every time you touch the earth, you do it with care. You do it with an attitude of love, so that your hands are a conduit for healing for the earth. And we are pouring our presence and our mindfulness down into every breath, every touch, and every intention and thought that we have today. And from here, with your hands on the ground, let's come into a table position with your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. If you're sitting on a cushion, you can take the cushion out to the side. And let's start with some gentle cat-cows here. So with your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips, the next inhale, let's extend the tailbone high, lifting up through the heart, arching back. And as you exhale, pressing your sit bones down and curling in, looking towards your navel center. Inhale, extend, lift up. Exhale, curling in. Inhale, let's get full of this quality that we articulated before. And as you exhale, send it down through your hands and your legs into the earth. Inhale, extend and get full. Exhale, expand it and share it with the earth beneath you. Let's do this a few more times. Inhale, getting full, expanding. Exhale, release. The next inhale, let's come back to center. We're going to press our fingertips down clearly. Walk your knees back a couple of inches. Tuck your toes under. We're going to lift up into a downward facing dog. As you press your hands and your fingertips strongly into the earth, take a deep breath. Breathing into your heart and your navel center. And as you exhale, sharing that love and compassion in your heart down through the fingertips, and imagining the earth receiving our care and our compassion and support for healing for it. Today in our practice, we are going to work on hips and hamstrings to help us ground deeper into our sense of self and our care and connection with the planet. So as we breathe into our hamstrings, let's bend one knee and then the other, just allowing our heels to pad up and down. Breathing into the hamstrings and feeling the stretch there, noticing the sensations in our hamstrings. With the next exhale, let's stretch our heels closer down towards the earth, drawing our belly towards our spine and sending these roots, the roots growing down from your belly, from your sit bones, reaching deeper into Mother Earth. So extending through your heels and the balls of your feet like roots of a tree, extending down into the ground. Take a deep breath here, feeling that energy and the connection with the planet. With the next inhale, let's lengthen and look forward, coming into plank pose, top of a push-up. Here in plank, let's drop our knees down and let's drop our chin and our chest down by keeping our elbows close towards our center, feeling the strength in our arms and the connection with the earth. And with the next inhale, let's lift up again. Exhale, folding down, chin and chest down towards the floor. Feel the strength of your arms. Inhale, come up. And exhale one more time. Keep your elbows close to you and extend forward. Bring your belly and the tops of your feet on the floor. Let's come into Sphinx pose with your elbows underneath your shoulders and your hands kind of like spread out like stars in the sky. And press your fingertips and your hands down into the earth. Feel your heart center and how your hands connect to your heart. And as you press your hands and your elbows down, lift your heart up towards the sky, look up slightly, and draw your shoulder blades on your back. Breathe into the heart center. Let's inhale here, and as you exhale, look back towards the right heel to come into a twist, and inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist the other way, looking towards the left heel. Inhale, let's come back to center. Exhale, melt your heart forward like you're pouring compassion from your heart into the ground. And take your hands next to your fourth and fifth ribs. Here, roll your shoulders towards your ears and down your back. Press your hands down mindfully into the earth, sending compassion as you touch the earth with mindfulness. Inhale, let's lift up into a little tiny cobra. Lifting up through the heart, and exhale, floating back down. Let's come back into a downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath here as we stretch our sit bones high up towards the sky. And again, drawing the navel into our spine and stretching that rootedness, those roots from our navel down into the ground through our heels and the four corners of our feet. Take a deep breath in. Extend that right foot high towards the sky. And as you exhale, bend your knee into your nose and place it in between your hands. Drop that left knee down onto the floor and hug your shins and your knees together to find your center. Inhale, sweep your hands high towards the sky. And as you find your center in your belly, extend down those roots into the earth through your feet, So as you hug in, also extend down. Draw your pubic bone up towards your navel, and then from here, curl into a mini back bend. So feeling yourself in that channel of compassion and service. Exhale, mindfully place your hands down onto the floor, touch the floor and the earth lovingly. Draw the hips back, lift your toes up towards the sky, your left hip forward, your right hip back, and as you exhale, let's fold down over our knee. So the focus today is hips and hamstrings. This is a hamstring stretch. And part of it is really kind of staying with the sensation here in your hamstrings. If you need a block underneath your hands, please grab a block or cushion. We're just going to stay here for a few more breaths. Inhaling, getting full with that intention. And exhale, stretching and grounding that energy by imagining it flowing down into the molten core of the earth through your legs and your body. Inhale, let's look forward. Bend your knee over your ankle. Come into a low lunge. And again, as you hug your knees together, extend down from your belly. Exhale, hamstring stretch, taking your hands down towards the floor, hips back, lifting the toes up, drawing the left hip forward and the right hip back. Inhale, let's look forward. And let's come into this gentle flow. Inhale, sweeping the hands up. Exhale, hamstring stretch. To find the easefulness in your flow, you need to stay connected to your center. So find your center in your belly and your navel, drawing the navel to the spine. And one more time, inhale, extend up. Exhale, take your hands down mindfully, touch the earth with love. Bring your right hand onto your right knee, and from here, draw the navel into the spine and twist. Look up towards the sky. Okay, feel the central line, which is your spine, and then twist the two halves of the rib cage around the central line. As you do that, if you want to go further, you can lift your right hand up, or you can bring the right upper arm over the ear. Enjoy your breath, and again, feel how the breath flows into the belly and extends down into the ground. And as you feel more rooted and grounded on the earth, notice if you can expand a little bit more. Exhale, release. Take the right hand down onto the ground. Again, press and touch the earth lovingly. Lift the left knee off the floor and send the right foot back behind you into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in dog, sending the sit bones higher up towards the sky. Inhale, let's come into plank pose, top of a push-up. And come into your vinyasa. So if you're a beginner, you can take your knees down, your chin and your chest down before inhale, lengthen into cobra. Exhale into downward facing dog. If you're more advanced, you can do chaturanga, upward facing dog, which we'll get into today. Take a deep breath here in downward facing dog, and again come back to your intention. Being full with attitude, full with the vibration of your prayer. Exhale, sending it down through your feet and your hands. Inhale, lifting the left foot high towards the sky. And exhale, bend your knee towards your chest and place your left foot in between your hands. Drop the right knee down onto the floor and sink your knees and your pelvis down towards the earth. As you do that, hug your knees and your shins together to find the midline, sweeping your hands up towards the sky. So as much as you hug in to find the source of power inside of you, also send an energy down into the earth with intention and prayer. Take a deep breath here, opening your hands up towards the sky, shoulders are rolled back so that your heart's open. And take another deep breath in here. Exhale, let's take the hands down towards the earth. And come into the hamstring stretch on the other side. So lifting the toes up, drawing the right hip forward and the left hip back, straightening the front knee as much as you can, bringing the hands down towards the ground, touching the earth with kindness and grace. Stay with the sensation here, and as you exhale, melt your heart and your head down towards your knee. Use your breath here to stay with the sensation, to watch the sensation, to be present. And use your breath to help you to hold and witness the sensation in your hamstrings today. Inhale, look up, bend the front knee, place the left sole of the foot on the floor, and find the flow. So as you inhale, stretching up. Exhale, taking your hands down towards the floor, hamstring stretch. You can find blocks under your hands if you need. Inhale, stretching up. One breath, one movement. You will notice here that as you move through space with your body, you need to find a connection to your navel center. So noticing that connection with your center and moving from the core. And one more time, inhale, lifting your hands up. Then exhale, taking the hands down and coming onto the twist on the other side. Left hand on the left knee, drawing the navel towards the center. And then from here, twisting the heart and the chest and the navel up towards the sky. Sink down through the front knee. If you want to come into a deeper twist, sweep your left hand high to the sky. Now feel your hands as doors opening to the temple of your heart. And from here, stretch your love and compassion from your heart center down into your hands, the hand touching the floor and the hand touching the heaven. If you want to go deeper, maybe you can send the left upper arm over your ear and twist the navel and your heart up towards the sky a little bit more. Enjoy your breath and get full of that emotion and quality. Exhale. Let's bring the left hand down towards the ground, touching the earth lovingly and with care, lifting the back knee off the floor, and let's come into downward facing dog on the other side. Inhale here, get full, and as you exhale, stretch your heels down towards the ground, press the hands into the earth with care. Inhale, let's lengthen into plank pose, top of push-up. And you can come into knees, chest and chin here, or Chaturanga Dandasana with the exhale. Inhale, outward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, let's look forward. Bend your knees and jump forward, or you can also pad your feet forward with care, like you're massaging the earth. Exhale, let's bow forward. Come into Uttanasana. Press down your feet, the four corners of your feet into the ground, hugging your shins together. And as you do that, to activate the hamstrings, let's lift the tailbone and the sit bones higher up towards the sky. Draw the navel towards the spine. And let's do little yeses and little no's. Now if your hands can't touch the earth, you can bend your knees until your hands can touch the earth, so you can fold forward and feel the stretch in your lower back. Take another deep breath in, get full of that quality. And as you exhale, send it down into the ground by deepening your forward bend. Inhale, let's extend. Get full of this vibration, of this prayer, of your intention. And exhale, let's sending down into the earth for healing, for gratitude. And again, inhale, lengthen. And exhale. And one more time. Inhale, let's ground the sit bones down towards the earth through your feet. Inhale, sweep your hands high towards the sky. Exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart. Take a moment here to feel your relationship with the ground. To notice your central line. So when I talk about the central line, it's your central nervous system and your spine, which starts from the center of your head down into your tailbone. Notice a felt sense of that in your body. And as you notice that central line, feel the connection that you have with the earth through your feet. Do you feel grounded today and stable? Or do you feel like the ground beneath you is light and that it could be quite easy for you to be swept off your feet? Micro bend the back of your knees a little, but keep the front of your kneecaps engaged, so that your legs are nice, strong and steady. Hug your shins into the midline and press the four corners of your feet down into the floor, almost like you're massaging the earth or creating an imprint of your footstep on the ground. As you soften the back of your knees, extend your tailbone and your sit bones down into the earth from your belly, like a tripod. The way how a tripod is stable on the earth, feel that with your legs and your tailbone. Come back to your intention and what is your prayer for the earth? And can you allow this prayer to extend down into the earth so that the earth, she can feel your care. Shift your weight onto the right foot. We're going to come into tree pose by bending the left knee and taking the left sole of the foot either onto your ankle, onto the calf, or all the way up onto the inner thigh. Press your sole of the foot into the right thigh and the thigh bone back into your foot to find the midline. Navel into the spine. So feeling that central line here as you come into the standing balancing pose. The first stage is to stay here in Anjali Mudra with your hands in front of your heart. If you want to go deeper, you can stretch your hands up towards the sky. Take a deep breath here. Staying here if this is good for you. If you want to go a little bit deeper, find your central line and twist your torso over towards the right. Inhale, let's come back to center, untwisting, and exhale, twisting over to the left. Inhale, let's come back to center. Again, hug into the midline. Exhale, bring your hands down in front of your heart. And finding the central line, let's come into hip opener by taking the left ankle onto the right knee. Flush and spread your toes like the rays of the sun. And if you feel good here, you can bring your hands in front of your heart here in kind of this Utkatasana variation. If you want to go a little bit deeper, we can bend our right knee and take our hands down towards the earth, touching the earth lightly and with care. Take your right upper arm into the ball of your left foot, and then press your left toes into the forearm and your forearm back into your feet, your foot. And as you exhale, breathe into that left hip, feeling the sensation here. take a few more deep breaths into that left hip. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can keep pressing the foot against the forearm, bending the right knee to come deeper into the hip opener. Inhale here. Exhale, sink down through the front knee. Inhale, let's come back up, bringing the hands in front of the heart. Good. Coming into Ardha Chandrasana. Release the left foot, taking the right hand down onto the right edge of your mat, left hand onto your hip. Spread your toes and balancing the left hip on top of the right. Again, breathe into the heart, and if you feel like you can go a little bit deeper, take your left hand up, and from your heart, open the doors of your heart by pressing your hands away from each other. Let's take a deep breath here, twisting the navel up towards the sky. Exhale, bring the hand down. Bend the left knee and take the left knee next to the right foot. Coming into a twist. So the right foot is next to the left knee and both sit bones are down onto the floor. Interlock your hands on your right knee and lift up tall through the spine, finding equanimity through both sit bones. Inhale here, lifting the left hand high. Exhale, twist, taking the right hand behind you, left elbow outside the right knee. Inhale, lengthening the spine up, and exhale as you twist and draw the navel back behind you. Let's also send loving kindness down into the earth through your sit bones. Let's take another deep breath. Let's get full of prayer and intention, filling out ourselves with that loving quality. And exhale, sending it down through the sit bones into the molten core of the earth. Inhale, untwist, coming back to center. Let's come into pigeon pose. Bring your left knee over towards the left side of your mat, sweeping the right leg back. Okay. Spread your toes like the rays of the sun and hug your knees up into your belly. Interlock your hands behind your back and draw the shoulders away from your ears, lifting up through your heart. Now, if this is hard for you, you can also place your hands down next to your waist. Draw your shoulders away from your ears and lift up through your heart. Another deep breath. Get full here. Expand. And exhale. Ground that energy into the ground like a prayer. Exhale. Come forward into a reclining pigeon. Here, reclining pigeon, you can go ahead and place your forehead on the floor, or you can also use a block or cushion, or what I like to do is to take two fists, one on top of each other, and rest of my forehead down to the ground. Breathing into the left hip here. Just watching the sensations here in the left hip. Here in pigeon pose, let's come back to your intention and the attitude that you like to pour into the earth. Get full with that attitude, and as you exhale, send that prayer down into the ground through your legs, through your intention, through your hands that might be in contact with the earth. And noticing the relationship, that communion that you have with this beautiful planet that nourishes and sustains us. Take one more deep breath in into the left outer hip. And exhale, releasing any exhaustion, any pain. And sometimes what we feel about the state of the planet that we live in can get overwhelming and sad. So releasing that through the exhale. Maybe with a soft sigh. Inhale, let's come all the way back. Place your hands down onto the ground. Tuck your back toes under, lift your right knee off the floor. Stretch the left foot high towards the sky. And here, bend the left knee and we can do big knee circles to release any stagnation in that left hip. Inhale, let's lift the knee high towards the sky, keeping the hands nice and stable, and take the left foot out towards the right. Stay here in this stretch, or if you want to go a little bit deeper, maybe you can shift your weight onto the right foot, take the left knee, left foot down onto the ground, lift up through the hips into a wild thing. As you press down through the feet clearly, feel the connection with the earth, and lift your hips and your heart higher up and curl back. Exhale, take the left hand and the left foot down onto the ground in a downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in, stretching the tailbone higher up towards the sky, and exhale it side out. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, and pad your feet up. But as you pad your feet up towards your hands, be mindful of how you press down into the ground, into the earth. Exhale, let's release into Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the sit bones higher up. And exhale, fold forward towards your shins. Chest and your belly meet your thighs a little bit more. Inhale, sweep your hands high towards the sky. Again, let's find the central line. Finding your center and your relationship with the earth and what grounds you. Take a moment to find your intention again. This prayer that you have for the earth. Shift your weight onto the left foot. Come into tree. The sole of the foot on the left ankle, on the calf or the thigh. Press your thigh bone into the right sole of the foot and the sole of the foot into the thigh to find the midline, and draw the navel into the spine. Frequently with tree pose, people can collapse, so find that center and extend out from the center. If you want to go deeper, maybe you can lift your hands up to the sky, or you can twist, taking a deep breath here. Exhale, twisting over towards the left. Inhale, let's come back to center. And exhale, twist over to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart. If you need to find a wall, please feel free to find a wall. Now unhook that right ankle and bring the right ankle onto the left knee. Find your center again. Find your connection to the ground. Notice if you can sink in an attitude of reciprocity into the earth. And if you like to go deeper, maybe you can bring your hands down onto the ground, onto the mat, touching the earth with care. Press the left forearm into the right foot, the right ball of the foot specifically. And as you exhale, breathe into that right outer hip, sinking the left knee deeper into the ground. Stay with the sensation, watching it, using and deepening your breath to hold the sensation that you feel in that right hip. exhale, sink down a little bit more, deepening into the pose. Inhale, bring your hands in front of your heart in this Utkatasana variation. And with the next exhale, we're going to unhook that right leg, sweep it back, Ardha Chandrasana. Bring your left hand onto the ground on the left edge of the mat, right hand on your hip. Find your center and your core. Draw the navel to the spine like you're a star. Okay? And then stack the right hip on top of the left as you twist the navel up to the sky. And maybe you can take the right hand up towards the sky, touching the entire moon, the circumference of the moon. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Opening up the door of your heart as you mindfully press down through your fingertips and twist the heart up towards the sky. Exhale, let's bring the right hand down, bend the left knee, and take the right knee next to the left foot. Coming into a twist. Ground both sit bones into the earth equally. And first, for the first stage, we can interlock your hands on your left knee. Sit up tall. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale from your belly, extend down through both sit bones equally, like roots of a tree, extending your prayer and compassion into the ground. As you connect to the earth, feel that pulsing, that breathing with the earth, because she breathes as we breathe. Noticing that syncing, that relationship, that connection with the planet. Inhale, lift the right hand high. Take a deep breath and get full. Exhale, let's twist, taking the right elbow outside the left knee and the left hand back behind you. Press the elbow into the knee and the knee into the elbow, twisting back a little bit more. Inhale, let's lengthen and get full. And exhale, twist and send that vibration of healing for the earth deep down into the core. Inhale, look forward, untwist, come back to center. Pigeon pose. From here, bend your left knee out towards the left side of the mat. From here, take the right knee to the right side of the mat and sweep that left foot back behind you. Spread your toes and hug your knees up into the belly, interlocking your hands the other way, and drawing the shoulders away from the ears, lifting up through the heart. Again, if this is too much for you, you can take your hands next to your waist or your hips, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, lifting up through the heart, allowing the sternum to spread and your heart to be open. Exhale here and melt your heart. It's almost like you're pouring that compassion from your heart, tipping it into the ground. Forehead on the floor, or you can create your fists and stacking your head onto your fists or onto the ground. So the tendency here in pigeon pose is to lose the active energy in your hips, so you can, people can sink down. So allow the hips to be equal and hugged in towards the midline. And as you exhale, we are drawing the sit bones away from each other to open up the hips. Deepen your breath. And here in pigeon, again, find your intention. What is your intention for the earth? As you place your forearm, as you pour your heart forward, what prayer do you intend for this planet and the sentient beings that live here? Take another deep breath into the right hip. And exhale, releasing. Inhale, slowly lifting the heart up towards the sky. Pressing the hands down mindfully and with care and intention. Tucking the back toes under, lifting the left hip up or the left knee up. Extending the right leg in three-legged dog up into the sky. Bend the knee and we're going to do big knee circles here. One way and then the other way, releasing any stagnation from the right hip. Inhale, let's lift the right foot high in a three-legged dog. Bend the right knee. Keep your hands nice and stable. And take the left knee up towards the right. Take the right knee, the right foot out towards the left to open up the right hip. Staying here. Or if you like to, you can shift your weight onto the left foot and take the right foot down onto the floor into a wild thing. Feel your prayer as it reaches down through the earth, stabilizing through the legs, lifting the hips up towards the sky. Exhale, come back into a downward facing dog. Take one deep breath in through the nose into downward facing dog. Exhale out through the mouth. And from here, bend your knees and bring your knees down towards the floor, coming into Virasana. Drop your right hips down and swing your feet forward. Soles of your feet together with your knees butterflied out towards the side. Press the four corners of your feet in Baddha Konasana. I love this pose. I do it every day. This is a great pose to open up through the hips. I like to take my hands on my ankles. And again, coming back to the intention and the attitude, the quality that we're imbibing for this session, yoga session that we're offering to the earth. Extending, lifting tall through the heart and the crown. Exhale, fold forward. And melt the heart down towards the soles of our feet. And what I like to do here is I press the four corners of my feet together. I take my elbows onto my knees to draw the knees closer down towards the earth. Let go of your head. Inhale, get full on the inside with your breath. And as you exhale, ground that energy, send that energy, that prayer into the molten core of the earth. And feel your intentions spreading across the continents, across the seas, into the fishes, into the forest, into the air. Attitude maybe of gratitude, maybe of healing, maybe a prayer that we hear and we care for the earth as much as she cares for us. Let's take one more deep breath here as we lengthen a little and exhale, folding deeper into Baddha Konasana. Inhale, press down your sit bones clearly to ground. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, let's bring the knees, the feet forward with the knees bent. And from here, resting all the way down onto the floor. Extend your right leg out and bend your left knee towards your chest. And from here, interlock your hands behind the fleshy part of your left thigh. Spiral the right inner thigh down onto the floor because it has a tendency to pop off the floor. And as you ground the right thigh down, lift the left heel high towards the sky. Press your hand into your left thigh and your thigh into your hand, and stretch that left heel high up towards the sky. Take a deep breath into the hamstrings, feeling the sensation there. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can walk your hands up towards your calf. And again, pressing your hand into your calf, and then press your calf back into your hand, lifting the heel high up towards the sky. Take a deep inhale into the stretch in the back of the knees and the hamstrings. And exhale, release, walking the hands down, bending the knee, and extending the left leg out long on the mat. Noticing if there's a difference in sensation between the left leg and the right. And with the next inhale, bending the right knee into the chest and spreading the toes on both feet. Interlock your hands on the fleshy part of the right thigh, and as you spiral that left inner thigh down towards the floor, extend the heel higher up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in, pressing the hands towards the thigh into the hands, and extending the heel high up towards the sky. Enjoying your breath here as you feel the stretch through the hamstrings. And if this is good for you and you want to go a little bit deeper, you can walk your hands up towards your calves, pressing the calves into your hands into the calves, and extending the heel high up towards the sky. Inhaling here into the back of the legs, and enjoying the stretch. Taking another deep inhale here, pressing the calf against the hand a little bit more, stretching the heel higher up towards the sky. And with the exhale, you can release, bending the knee and extending the legs out long on the mat. With the next inhale, let's bend the knees towards the chest and wrap your loving arms around the knees. Just imagining that you're kind of held by your own love and compassion. You can allow the knees to sway from side to side as you release any stagnation through the hips. And inhale, let's come back to center, drawing the knees closer towards the chest. And as you inhale, if you would like to go a little bit deeper, you can draw your forehead towards your knee. And exhale, release, taking the head down onto the floor. Extend both legs out, and we are going to prepare for Shavasana. As you rest here in Shavasana, let yourself melt into the earth. Imagining that you can feel the heartbeat and the breath of the earth. And in the spirit of reciprocity, sinking into the earth and receiving the earth's support. The support that she provides us through gravity. As you feel the support of the earth in her breath and her heartbeat, allow yourself to fully settle and relax into the earth. Feeling the back of the eyes relax. Feeling your hands relax into the contact of the ground. Allowing your shoulders, your belly, your pelvis, your leg bones to rest in the earth's embrace. As you rest here in Shavasana, invitation here is to connect to your heart and noticing the gratitude that you have for the earth, for humanity, the biodiversity that the earth provides so that we can be nourished and nurtured in our life. As you rest here, let this attitude of gratitude grow and expand within your heart so that it fills up and expands through all the cells in your body, creating a power of gratitude for the earth and your relationship for it. Let yourself deeply rejuvenate and rest here in this Shavasana. Imagining that your heartbeat is simultaneous and syncing with the heartbeat of the earth. That you are being breathed as well. That your breath is one breath with the earth. Expanding in the quality of gratitude as you connect to the heart space here. Inhale here and expand that sense of gratitude. And as you expand this, stretch your fingers, your ankles, and your toes. And as you awaken, stretch your hands above your head. Bending your knees towards your chest. Rolling over towards the side. And pressing your hand down on the earth. And slowly coming up into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Here in the cross-legged seat, bring your awareness again to the belly and the roots extending down deep into Mother Earth. And coming back into your intention and your prayer for the earth. And extending that loving kindness, that care, and gratitude which you have cultivated in your practice. Extend it down through your roots, extending down the sit bones and the tailbone, spreading like an intricate matrix of roots, extending not just down but also expanding to the sides, so that this vibration of peace can reach the furthest corners of the earth. Feel this vibration that you're offering the earth like a prayer, healing, regenerating, and balancing the earth and all the sentient beings that live on the earth. And from here, as you send your roots deep down and wide, take your hands, imagining that you're holding the earth in between your hands. Inhaling here into the heart space, connecting with the gratitude that we've cultivated in our practice. Imagining that our hands are conduit and vessels of our gratitude and love that connect us to the heart. And sending our prayers of compassion, goodwill, and loving kindness to the earth itself. And feeling the energy, healing energy in our hands, extending into the earth as we hold it with care. We are the custodians of the earth and humanity, those which we share our beautiful planet with. And the more we can take responsibility for being custodians of the land and connecting to care and kindness and love, what nurtures and nourishes us. And from here we can take action to be the solution to the planet that are plaguing us now. Usually this action starts first with intention and with prayer, so that everything that we do in this now desire of social justice and change can come from a place of sacredness and intention. From here, offer this prayer down to the earth by placing your hands mindfully on the ground. Imagining that rays of light from your fingertips and the palms of your hands are reaching deep down into the heart of Mother Earth. May all beings be happy. May they all be at peace. From here, take your hands in front of your heart. And we are going to finish by chanting the mantra Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Finishing with the mantra Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, which means peace, peace, peace be on earth. Let's exhale fully, inhaling deeply. Om Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And sweetly bowing your head down towards your heart. And taking your hands in prayer from your heart to your mind, so that your mind and your thoughts may be illuminated with love and kindness today. And from here, taking your hands down towards the earth again, and dropping your forehead down towards the earth as close as it will go to seal your practice. Namaste. I wish you a beautiful and delightful day. Thank you so much for joining me on this Yoga for Freedom challenge.